no matter what, I'm going to have to upgrade one of these regions. Oh, I have a scheme running. Oh yeah, I do.
A trap has been triggered.
So do we have any other ones? Here we go. Australia. Nope, you've got a scheme running too. Dang it. Wasted by my own petard. Here we go, this one.
The heat at a criminal network has attracted the forces of justice.
Let's just get rid of that. Make everything nice. And then distract the forces of justice one more time. And then we actually start firing Havoc. Though I think we're going to need a lot of fuel for that.
A criminal network has too much heat and has locked down.
Is a lot of waiting. At least my money's coming back in a real big way.
A criminal network has been upgraded. A trap has been triggered.
Okay, how much? Oh, I've got plenty now. Okay, which of these can I upgrade? Oh, apparently still have a scheme in the region. Oh, right. We're getting rid of the heat. Yeah, this should give me more than enough comms power to upgrade all of these. Okay, there that goes. And the main thing is just get my passive income up. Because every level increases it by 10 per second. So like 50% more income is actually huge.
A scheme has succeeded.
Okay. Is this still going? I have no idea. Doesn't look like it. Who's the guy in all red? It is Atomic Olga. Though the global takeover ended, Hammer decided to prepare for the event of another evil genius. He created a super soldier program, and his sole survivor was Olga Nikiforova, forever known as Atomic Olga. But despite her super strength and toughness, Olga was unstoppable long before the program. There we go. So what else do we have that I can make? Oh, right, the multi-gem. I just don't care about it. My scientist minions never take damage anyway. Lob rack, stun gun rack, pistol rack. Eh. Boy, I have a lot of intel.
A criminal network has been upgraded.
Let's see. Can I upgrade you? Yes. Can I upgrade you? Yes.
Task complete. A criminal network has been upgraded.
Can almost upgrade this one. But it might pop before I actually get to upgrade it the rest of the way. What about you? Nope. I should probably just peace out and come back later. Yeah, that's exactly what we'll do. Unfortunately.
A criminal network has been upgraded.
What do I do? Oh, complete research. Roboticist work. There we go. That's something I can do. Do we have any other layer upgrades that I can grab? I guess... Oh. Right, there's that. Well, upgrading the communication networks make you even more money. No, I think it just increases the capacity. I wish it did, though.
Succeeded.
Huh. There's actually a decent amount of people in the casino just kind of hanging. Oh well. It does its job. I'm so glad we annexed this whole area and turned it into our own, just little location to exploit. Because
appear to be winding down, but do you have what you need?
why is he so quiet?
Almost. My cutting-edge control system, one of a kind, needs to be installed, and we're ready to go.
But we don't even have the system. Where are we supposed to get it?
That's the most convenient part. It's installed in the machine coming to kill you now. Surprise?
I don't think your definition of convenience is the one the rest of us use. Very well. Let's get this over with.
Boy howdy. Okay. Capture the super robot in the lair. Is it in the lair? Oh, there it is. No, that's the original engineer. I really wish they'd mark these things. Oh, there it is.
Unearth and grab this intruder.
Let's see, aren't you gonna make a new staircase? Nah. Nah, we're just gonna have an absolutely
Your minions are
jank
in
setup
combat.
for the time being. I like how we're gonna kill the super robot just by chucking
The
basic
fires are
goons at
getting
it.
out of control. Your minions are in
I really wish you could upgrade your units like suits and stuff. You know, bulletproof, fireproof, so on and so
The
forth.
heat at
Like,
the
there's so
criminal
much tech that would be
network
really
has
cool
attracted forces
that
of justice.
I would love to customize with. I think one of my problems that I run into with playing this game is that I have no compunction to ever play this a second time around because I would never do anything different. I would do almost exactly the same stuff with the slight variation of...
We've got a new prisoner.
like, the slight variation of which base I was in. But that's about the extent of it. Because it's not like I can change my strategy here, apart from maybe a couple of traps that I put in the hallway. And it kind of sucks a little bit, because I feel like games like this would really sing if you had a billion different things that you could do, but you can't do all of them at once. Or, you know, you just don't have enough space, or you don't have enough research, or maybe mutually exclusive technologies. I don't know.
An agent has resisted our interrogation. We have captured an intruder.
Wonder if I didn't let his resolve get down far enough. Just tickling his toes? I think we are, in fact.
An intruder has given us their secrets.
Oh,
A small fire has started in your
so now
lair.
we're building a body for Iris.
All fires have been extinguished.
But where? Oh no.
Side story begun.
It's not really a side story. And the villains are generic, only voice that's different. Yeah, they have slightly different motivations. You know, this guy, Ivan cares about Ivania, but that's about it. But, like, it's just flavor, it's no actual changes. And it's like, it's unfortunate that so many of these things... Oh, this might be it. There we go. Iris. Well, we're gonna end up attracting Blue Saint here, but that's okay. Heat gain to region 20. I think we'll be fine. Okay. That would be why you can't get the quest if you pick Iris first. Yep. Your perfect AI may now have a perfectly lethal body. You build it, she will come. Technically, she's already there, just waiting for you to finish the job. Go do it and unleash her mayhem on the world. Why is the flavor text for this mission this tiny little box, and we have all this, like, wasted space here? I realize I'm being, like, hypercritical, but the small issues are building up, and I can't help but, like, be like, why is this a thing? And so it's like, it's still fun, and it's the kind of thing that, like, maybe you could play once a year or something, but I feel like everybody that makes these games needs to play RimWorld a bunch.
A scheme has
just to kind of understand where that procedural storytelling and so on and so forth feel like. When I play RimWorld, I can play RimWorld over and over and over again and do slightly different things, have mods, have all sorts of stuff, and it feels very satisfying. In a way that almost none of these sandbox games ever work for me. That I almost feel like this setup that we are seeing in Evil Genius 2 would work better with a Dungeons 2 style thing, with a really hard, like a really hard story. Which it has, but it's not an interesting story. It's just kind of like, you do whatever, and then... It's like, you have just a bunch of objectives, and then they give you a short kind of non-cutscene, and then rinse repeat. Dungeons 3 was really cool, where, admittedly every single time you'd start over, you build your base up, and you go out into the overworld, do some objectives, win, get a cutscene, maybe a couple of cutscenes, and go from there. But it was much more... It felt much more cohesive, even in a way that I have no interest in playing it again. It felt better. Whereas this, I just feel very disconnected from the process, where I'm just waiting for meters to fill up very slowly before I can get the next cutscene to give me a bunch more meters to fill. Anyway, Rival becomes an asset in your plans. A good result for all. Mostly you. Wait. Oh, complete it. There we go.
Iris turned out more beautifully than I could possibly have imagined. And I learned a valuable lesson.
That humans have worth, and the future, with nothing but machines in it, is cold, soulless, and futile?
No. I've learned that next time, I'll let someone else do the world domination stuff. And leave robots to me.
What makes you think there will be a next time?
Iris is just the demo, my friend. If you really want to shake the world, wait till you see my full version.
Okay, so we now have...
A trap has been triggered.
Iris. So we don't actually... Huh. So we don't actually get her as a henchman either. She just exists.
Short.
Alright. And it's the Burn Boys. That them there? Yeah.
I want Blue Sage locate. I have reports of an intruder in the Lair. Kill them! Find and eliminate that intruder.
But, like, I almost feel like each of these side story missions should unlock... Like, each henchman should have a different tech tree associated with them. And, like, it's already clear that you can only have up to 6 henchmen. Or 5 henchmen plus your starting guy. But, like, if each of them had their own unique traps, henchman equipment, features, and so on and so forth. But you can only have so many of them, but there's, like, a wide pool. It's like, well, this playthrough, do I want to go Iris, or do I want to get Jubei? And you know, those differences matter and change things around. Yeah, so what is Iris's abilities? Reduce damage for a short time, rapidly heals, or functions as a security camera. and can summon guards. Those are really uninteresting. I mean, they're okay, but it's just like... There's so much potential for things that could have been done differently to give this so much more personality. I'm also noticing it's getting a little choppy again. It's what it is.
Your vaults are full.
Yeah, she is a tank. Which, like, is cool, but then I'm just gonna kind of ignore her existence forever. Okay, how do we test fire Havoc? Let's see. Maybe I go here and then fire it?
Soon they will see red.
There we go. Genius press button. Yeah, so I actually have to send the genius down to interact with it. I feel like he should be able to fire it from his desk. Okay. Select the region you want to fire upon.
Time to bring the heat.
Do I watch it here?
An inferno is raging in your lair. A small fire has started in your lair.
Did that do anything? Oh shit, well that's on fire. You know who never actually bothered to put
The fires are getting out of control.
fire extinguishers down here? This guy didn't bother.
Your vaults are almost full.
Thing is, I can easily replace almost all of this.
An inferno is raging in your lair.
Oh. It also set my money on fire. Okay, fine. We're probably gonna have to rebuild a couple of things.
The fires are almost under control. The fires are almost under control.
Okay.
Your vaults are almost full.
It is somewhat tragic that I have so much of my base let's see, I have so much of my base right next to this thing. Okay, anyway, let's just leave this area with a ton of fire extinguishers just because.
Your vaults are almost full. Your
Careful about putting a
are idle.
Oh, the fuel all the way. There's a glitch going on. Great. I mean, not terribly surprising.
Your vaults are almost full.
Well, despite the fact that all my money caught fire.
Prepare for power. Our enemies will burn.
Did I lose any vault racks? Interesting question. Doesn't look like it. My minions got to the vault racks so much faster.
Too much heat and has locked down.
Okay. Anyway, let's watch as Alaska burns once again.
An inferno is raging in your lair. A small fire has started in your lair.
What does that do?
An inferno is raging in your lair.
Oh, sweet. I can get some more fuel. I think I might need a little bit more fuel.
The fires are getting out of control.
Let's see.
The fires are being dealt with. The fires are getting out of control. All
That's it.
fires
Oh.
have been extinguished.
We will crush them.
I still apparently have plenty of fuel for some reason.
Fire when ready!
What was the point of this? Guess let's hire some more minions just because. How many can I have? Let's leave it at that.
An inferno is raging in your lair. The fires are being dealt with.
Where is the fire?
The fires are almost under control.
And all things considered, that's okay. Like, I don't know if it's underwhelming or not. It's more per se that it just is kind of non-existent. Let's see. Rebuild my traps. These are fine.
The fires are getting out of control.
My vault racks are less fine, but that's okay.
The fires are almost under control.
Let's see, maybe level 3 can kill supers. That'd be interesting. I certainly don't see Agent X on the map.
The
Okay.
heat at a criminal network has attracted the forces of justice.
Well, all things considered, whatever happens is fine.
Research has begun.
Let's get this done. Wait, why don't I have a sprinkler system? Why can't I upgrade that shit? Like, there's so many, like, small little texts that I feel like... Oh, he moved to Greenland? Is he in Greenland? Oh, yeah, there he is. So he survived, no problem. But there's so many small texts that I feel like you could have as, like, a really expansive tech tree. Like, straight up, what if there was an upgrade that makes the lockers that much, like, better? Just by a little bit? You know, 50,000 gold to make all lockers count for 4 people instead. 50,000 gold to increase nuclear generator power by, like, 20%. Sprinkler systems. An air conditioning system for a whole room as opposed to just an area that you put it down. Proper ventilation. Yeah, better armor for guards. Better weapons, you know, not just stun batons. You start with clubs, but then you go up to laser clubs, and if you get certain henchmen, you might get swords, or,
has locked down.
you know, poison clubs, or
Research
something
has
like
been
that.
paused.
I just feel like there's so much flavor that got lost along the way here that would have been so cool, and would have really made this game sing. Because I've effectively been doing the exact same thing for much of this game, just sitting around waiting, watching, with very little tech to actually put down. But you feel like it feels like a demo for a much larger game? Kinda. It's like DLC, but I don't think DLC is enough to really get this in. Like, so much of this is stuff that needed to have been put in and designed around right from the get-go. And I could see them doing it if they wanted to. But if they don't, I don't know. And it hurts a little bit, because I don't want to, like, condemn the game as bad, but it's just, like, I see the potential for something so much greater with this. And it's unfortunate to play it to some degree, because it's just like, Oh, wow. Looks like we might need some more technicians. Let's get 20. Because, yeah, it absolutely could have gone bigger. It's got this style. It's got some really weird UI. It's got the style, it's got the flavor, the, like, base flavor, but no depth. It's like, what's a good example? Oh, shoot. What's the American Chinese food, like, kind of fancy restaurant that has the horse statue outside? P.F. Chang's. This game feels like P.F. Chang's. Where it's objectively, it's not bad. It's actually quite decent in its own right. But it's a pale imitation of what it could be if they actually put the effort into making it good as opposed to commercially viable, question mark? Thought that was a South Park joke.
Your
no.
criminal networks are idle.
No, they always have a
Consider
horse
running
statue
some
outside.
schemes.
It's really weird. And like, there probably are actually some decent, there's some decent food at P.F. Chang's or Applebee's or whatever, but because it kind of applies to all of those that it is really trying to capitalize off of what made the original Evil Genius good. And it made it part of the way there. But that last little section... Well, it's not even that last little section. There's just so much that got left behind by the wayside for whatever reason. Yeah, franchising is the death of quality. Yeah, I was actually talking to Shell about this. We have frequent complaints about a lot of different media recently of things that feel vapid and uninteresting. That could have been great, but weren't. Okay, gotta turn this in.
General, we've completed all our tests. Havoc needs work, but shows great promise.
It is good that such awesome power rests in hands of a man like me, one of wisdom, calm, patience.
But peace knows you have it and has declared war on you.
How dare they challenge me on my day of victory? I will kick their heads into the sun like tiny footballs. Let them come. They have forgotten there is nothing Red Ivan understands better than war.
Can I get science? Jesus Christ. Can I do science anyway? So I can recruit a martial artist, but I can't do any more science. This rock. I've been playing this for 5 hours. Just wanting to be able to expand my base. Just want to expand my base. I just want to have a nice, organized base as opposed to this horrid mess that I live in because I have no choice. Yeah, 5 hours and 20 minutes. Stuck at tech level 2. It would be nice if the further in the campaign had an actual identifier on it. Even just like a percentage. Like, I know I'm almost there.
Has been triggered.
I know I'm almost there, but this is torturous. And I think the answer is I've been playing too much of this right now. And that, like, my patience is wearing a little thin. And I'm just like, it's not that I don't care about any of this. It's that, like, the more I play, the more apathetic I become towards the progression, because it's just like... I just have to slog through so much just to be able to get it up to the next tech level. And I'm not even sure if that's going to unlock...
The trap has been triggered.
Oh no, it says 6 additional tier 4. So maybe that's not so bad. Let's see, it can give you a small thing for your time. Like a tip? I mean, sure. I'm kind of fine with it. It's just a matter of just, like, Oh, well, that's it. Thank you, William Reed, for the 20 gifted subs. It feels weird that I'm effectively being, gifted subs as kind of a, like, I'm sorry you have to go through this, but we're enjoying it thing. It's like, I am enjoying this thoroughly. I can see the better game in here. How many of you guys played the, what was it? How many of you guys played the recent Master of Orion game? The one that was, like, made 20 years past? Is this the only disrupt? Oh, I see. Interrogate peace soldiers and then. So this just, you know what? Whatever. This will summon Agent X, but I don't care about him. He'll just exist. That's fine. But yeah, that also suffered from the same issues as this, but Master of Orion had it worse. I would agree. This is better and closer and can be fixed, but on like an intrinsic level, I would argue that the Master of Orion reboot, it suffered from the same problem of like trying to capitalize on the idea of what made a game good, but never actually pulling through on it. Partly because I think especially with game design, it's painfully obvious when a game was made just to capitalize on a thing as opposed to because it's good. Wow, that laser wall is effective. Yeah, cleaving too hard into the spirit of the predecessor without moving beyond its old limitations. That's a good way of putting it. And so, like, there's a game I'm not gonna badmouth it too much because I still think it's decent, but put out a video on a game called Cozy Grove on YouTube today, and it's a game that I could only describe as Animal Crossing, but not made by Nintendo. It has all of the same weaknesses and all of the same design flaws, but with a slight change of like pace and visual design, and that's about it. And it's one of those where it's like, I actually really like the idea of the game just because it's kind of pleasant wandering an island, gathering resources, making money to buy like new hats and decorate your environment. But it's one of those that it quickly kind of, oh shoot, I'm supposed to interrogate peace soldiers.
Locate and grab that intruder.
I like how the peace soldiers, I mean, I think they're supposed to be designed after Interpol. Holy shit, bodies. Is it just those two guys? Should there be more? But so, with Cozy Grove, it very much is just like, it was designed to capitalize off of Animal Crossing, but either they were too afraid to like move past the idea or the execution of it, or something, and so it very much just ended up being
an intruder
exhausting, almost. It's like, I love playing the indie games that are just like so out there, so wildly interesting that like you pick it up, you play it, and you're like, holy shit, this is insane. Yeah, clone the clone too well. And there are some games that clone too well and actually turn out alright for it. What's a good example? I mean, I would say Darksiders cloned quite a lot from Legend of Zelda and God of War. And being kind of the combination of the two, I think was actually a strength more than a downside to some degree, because it did a very good job of combining the two, while at least sidestepping some of the design flaws. Namely, Legend of Zelda games tend to be kind of long. Darksiders games tend to be a little bit shorter, which actually feels really good to me.
Found and captured.
Darksiders 2 was a lot longer, but Darksiders 1 was like the perfect length. It just, unfortunately, was kind of ugly. The only thing that wasn't ugly was the character models. Like, some of them were just downright beautiful to watch. But yeah, it had a vision of what to do with the things that it copied from. And I think that's what so many of these games kind of lose is that they just look at the blueprint for the previous game, and they don't really have a vision as part of it. It's just kind of... beat up... They just beat up my socialite, assholes!
Your criminal networks are
Let's see. For Master of Orion, you went to Nexus Mod. And their mods actually make it worth playing. Oh, neat.